Well, if you ask me, Bill C-10 is out of this world. Recently, there has been a substantial amount of controversy regarding the proposal of Bill C-10 and its effect upon the tax credits made available to Canadian filmmakers. The bill would grant the Minister of Heritage and their associates the power to stop grants or tax cuts being given to filmmakers who create work that is deemed contrary to public policy. While there are those who argue that this will not affect most of the films produced here in Canada, this does little to quell fears of government censorship of the arts. First and foremost, I would like to know where we can draw the line on what is considered contrary to public policy. Open-ended quotes such as this leave much to be desired and will be subject to the interpretation of whoever is in power. Films that may be considered offensive by one person and deemed inappropriate for government funding do not necessarily reflect the desires of Canada's taxpayers. This law seems to be focused on creating a purity index in which all films will be passed through, something that both stifles creativity and will undoubtedly throw a sucker punch at an already floundering industry. An important example that I would like to bring up is the work of Canadian film auteur David Cronenberg, who started his filmmaking career in the 1960s. Throughout his career, several of his films have been denounced for their extremely controversial content. A review of his film Shivers, released in the early 1970s, describes it as containing graphic, sensational depictions of violence and sex plus violence. Arguably, if this film had been subjected to this new legislation, it may not have been provided government support. Yet Shivers is one film in a career full of many which push the moral envelope, and has allowed Cronenberg to let viewers experience the darker side of humanity. Early films like this have helped him develop his skills and proficiency of storytelling, allowing him to become the internationally celebrated auteur he is today. To conclude, what do we really accomplish by preventing Canadian films from being funded? Answer: a closing of the gateways of possible communication for new and proven artists alike, who wish to push the boundaries and thus question the comfort zones of the ruling conservative class.